In this video, I would like to share with you a few ways in which I like to add more depth and more textures when I knit lacy fabrics. I will show you one technique and 5 variations of it. We'll create lace holes by transferring using my 1-prong transfer tool for the first example. Leave 2 stitches in the middle and transfer 1 stitch each side to create the first 2 eyelets. Then knit 2 rows. For the next set of eyelets, I will leave 4 stitches in the middle and create 2 more. This is what I will be doing for the entire demonstration. We'll alternate from leaving 2 stitches in between and leaving 4 stitches in between, and I will need 2 rows in between every transfer. These are just some ideas. You can apply this to different kind of designs that you might want to create. This is how the first sample looks, pretty cute and simple. We'll show you now what will happen if we use a 3-prong transfer tool instead of one. I'll be doing the exact same thing I did before. Create 2 eyelets per repeat and alternate between having 2 stitches and 4 stitches in between. Doing the transfers this way will not take you longer. It might take you a little bit to get used to grabbing 3 stitches at the same time, but once you get used to that, you'll probably take the same amount of time to do the same design with 1 or 3-prong transfer tool. Again, you can do this with all different lace patterns and you can adjust it in any way you like. This is how the sample looks. It is definitely a very subtle difference, but in my opinion looks much better than the first sample. Next example, using a 3 and a 2-prong transfer tool and alternating between them. The first transfer I will do just as before, leaving 2 stitches in the middle, and I'm going to use a 3-prong transfer tool. Knit 2 rows. I will use the 2-prong transfer tool, and you can see how the last stitch we transferred will sit onto the same stitch. This would look great if you want to achieve some straight lines within your design. Let's say you want to create 2 repeats of this lace pattern next to each other, and all the stitches you transfer will fall onto this one stitch. That will create a nice effect. This is just an idea for you to try and have a play with. For the next example, I'm going to do exactly what I did before, but once I finished my transfer with a 2-prong transfer tool, I'm going to create an extra lace hole. And for the last lace hole, I'm going to use a 1-prong transfer tool. So all the last stitches that were transferred will fall onto this one stitch. These are just ideas for you to try if you like to create lace holes by transferring manually and not using your lace carriage. For the next example, I will take the previous sample one step further and will transfer 1 stitch each side to create 2 ladders. In order to create a ladder, you have to leave these needles out of action for the entire sample. This is how the sample looks. So cute. So far, this is my favorite one. I love how it created a wavy texture. You can choose to do lace holes instead of a ladder each side. That could look really nice as well. I still prefer the ladder sample the most. Also, I like the second sample, the one where we used a 3-prong transfer tool. Here are all the samples and you can see the difference between all of them. For me, it's just fascinating how you can change the texture of a swatch by just using a different tool and tweaking the design a little bit. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you got a couple of ideas from it. Let me know which one was your favorite sample and I will see you next time.